Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW. We're here in the Tier 7 Tech Tree battleship slash battle cruiser, the Zieten. And you know me, I like to play my destroyers, but I'm also trying to work my way through to complete the tech tree. And I've just had a notification that the patch notes have been released, and that means that Italian destroyers are coming. Ooh. But we are here. I'm going to give a quick rundown on the build. It's not probably the best or the most amazing build that people are running, but because I don't play a lot of battleships, I don't tinker with the builds a lot. So if you want to skip this bit, go ahead to 1.5 minutes and that's where the game starts. But I was trying out some of the new skills on the commanders to give me some extra range and things. I don't know if it's worth the trade-off for the reload and accuracy though. I might have to go back to that one. You'll notice also that I am still running Will to Rebuild, even though it's been nerfed. And in this game, the fight fire with fire might have worked a little bit better for me. But certainly, with the way the game came to a conclusion, Will to Rebuild was certainly my saviour. Still, not as effective as it used to be, but it can still be a blessing if people understand why you in a low health battleship are screaming for help. So there's that. But I'm in with my friend Stephen McCarthy, and we've decided to play a couple of battleships instead of playing destroyers. And we're here, and this map has been made smaller, and it is so friggin' awful. I mean, look, they can't even get, the spawn points in the center of the map anymore. This map on the side of the run, you've got two caps that are sort of immediately within range of two ships. Now we see that KGV running, we see a Brandenburg running as well, and Brandenburgs are nasty secondaries. They're still a terrible ship. The Zieten, yes, we've got big secondaries too, but in my opinion, looking at this battle, the Brandenburg could potentially be the better ship. However, you don't know what build the other person is running, so you can't make a full judgment on it. And a lesson I just learned here is perhaps not to fire my guns until I've gone past this little gap on my right hand side, because otherwise lots of people across there are going to crossfire you as well. Now we've got an Erland on cap with us here. He obviously doesn't have smokescreen. What he does have is fast loading torpedoes. Now you'll notice that I'm being aggressive in play. I am going to be punished for it, but I call those torpedoes out because I'm running my sonar. KGV's kiting away. The Brandenburg is going to kite away too when he realizes that I've got a bead on him. And I'm thinking, why is this destroyer not pushing the smoke screen? It is obvious that there is a destroyer in there. I'm running sonar. All he's got to do is spot it. My secondaries will pick it up, and we can have done with it. There he is. He's on sonar, and I guess this Erland is one of those people whose first instinct is just to torpedo the smoke screen. I think that Brandenburg was far enough away to for that to actually have that Erland push in on that smoke, because the destroyer would not have lasted long, as he didn't. But the Amalfi picked up the kill on that one, even though I think my secondaries would have. But here we go. The Brandenburg is out there. He's at 10-3, and it just seems that his secondaries are doing a lot more than mine. And I sort of fluff a turn here, but I think I'm in the cap. They'll keep shooting at me. If the other guys get into the cap behind me, then we can at least take this cap. Now, Stephen did push through onto B cap, but he'd taken a load of torpedoes early on in the game there, and gets taken out. And there is a ship there way behind me. It's in Azure Lane, New Jersey, and it looks like he's actually sailing away from us. And it's like, what the hell is going on here? We've lost one battleship. We've lost one destroyer. Red team have got A cap. We've got C. And now the battle is going to come onto B. I am getting absolutely hammered by this Brandon secondaries, and I'm just thinking, right, mate, if you're going to set me on fire, I'm going to set you the hell on fire as well. And because I don't play battleships a lot, I forgot one thing here. I didn't forget to check my flank to see what was coming over, because that Georgia can absolutely welly me from there, and I don't want to be here. But what I forgot is that I have limited damage controls, and there we are. I'm double fired at the moment, and I'm letting that tick, and I've got to put them out because I realise I'm not going to survive this. I need to try and stick with a ship. So I've been aggressive in my play, but I've also been punished very, very heavily for it. Luckily, our Erland has got his head screwed on. He's going into B cap to turn that in our favour. But our other three ships are heading for the back of the map, and here we go. I've lost a gun. I'm on fire again, and it's like, what is going on here? Is it me that is the centre of attention here? Why is nobody else getting shot at? Is it just me? Have I got a target painted on my back? I don't know. But I use a damage control up there, and I potentially shouldn't have, because I've got 28 seconds for a heal. But we've got secondaries going now. That Mines, who I thought was close enough for me to will rebuild, has slammed the brakes on, so I've got no option but to slam the brakes on too. He is going to pound town on that KGV, and I am trying to make myself as skinny as possible to him. Now there's the Brandenburg. That's been causing me some problems. He's backing out of that cap. The Zulu in New Jersey, after turning away from C and heading in the opposite direction, has now decided that actually he does want to come in this direction, which is nice to see. The Erland has successfully taken B cap, and I really don't know if I am going to survive this game. But hey, you know, he's in secondary range, but my secondaries just seem to be weak and ineffective in comparison to that Brandenburg. But we're going to try and get him off the map, and that should clear B cap and C cap of red team ships, and then we've only got 1/3 of our hit points to play with, unless we're using Will to Rebuild. But we're losing Alabama. The Brandenburg gets taken out as well, and then it's having a look and see what we've got left. We have an advantage in that we have a destroyer, and there's a Jean Bart out there, which is the one ship that I really don't want to be sticking my face into. And there's also another Brandenburg, and having seen what the first Brandenburg was doing to me, I do not have any kind of expectations that I am going to survive an encounter with him. But we do get a fire onto that Jean Bart, and it ticks for a little while, and then he puts it out. Now, he's kind of on the limit of range here. He is turning away, and I fluff that shot a little bit. But after his little sort of indecisiveness at the start, the Erland is doing a good job of it. He is keeping things spotted. We can get shots across the top here, and it doesn't seem like we've made much of a contribution to the game. We're just under 83 or just over 83,000 damage, and we haven't even got a kill. We are 8 minutes into the game, but that fire that just landed on the Jean Bart is going to stick and tick. And here comes the other Brandenburg. Now the New Jersey has managed to make its way all the way back round here, and I'm hoping that with my position and the New Jersey's position that we can get a crossfire on this guy. Now, what I don't like is that he's currently sailing broadside, but I imagine he wants some distance between himself and the Brandenburg because of secondaries and also the torpedoes. But red team are pushing BCAP now with all three ships. It isn't the greatest of margins, about 150 points lead that we've got. And that is purely down to taking the capture points. But there we go, the Brandenburg is now in range, and this is going to get real tricky for me because I have got a single damage control left. But look, I'm pretty much, sideways on to that Brandenburg, and these secondaries just don't seem to be doing much. So that is why I've left high explosive loaded, because I really feel that I need the opportunity to start more fires. I mean, check this out. Mine, I don't know whether it looks the same from his end, but I just seem to be getting rained on, and he just seems to have like a small shower, a little springtime shower. It seems very, very ineffective with that new skill that the commanders have. I think I'd rather go for reload and accuracy. I still think that's the way ahead. But we've got a fire on us. That one is ticking. We are running the sonar because we were expecting torpedoes. We've loaded armor piercing. I think this Brandenburg is going to try and take out the New Jersey. But we get a kill and pick up a Confederate, which is our first medal of the game. And is the Georgia going to disappear? Torpedoes from the Erland? Yes, the Mainz picks them up. It was Mainz torpedoes, not the Erland. So that Mainz has played an absolutely stonker there in getting him off the map. We've got 260 point lead now. We've successfully defended BCAP. There is a ship all the way back there at the south end of ACAP. I don't know what it is. Haven't been paying attention. But he's a long way out. It's going to take him a long way to get anywhere. And I'm guessing ACAP is the place that he needs to be heading just to further cement the win. Now, I don't want to push around this corner too fast. There's an Amalfi there. That's long range, but very slow torpedoes. You can really get caught out with those. He's obviously not going to come within range of our secondaries. But there we go. I've got will to rebuild from the New Jersey. It's not going to be a lot, but every little helps, as Tesco say, and there are other supermarkets that you can use, not just Tesco. But we decide to blat off that HE salvo at the Amalfi. We disable his torpedoes and we switch to armor piercing. But there we go. Look, he's straight onto the HE. And now the New Jersey is getting brave, and where I thought he might sit in this gap, which I've seen happen a lot of times, he's decided to push through. So I now somehow need to get turned. We fire off that salvo of armor piercing. How are they going to do? There we go, a citadel shot and a high caliber. So we have certainly had our work cut out for us so far in this game, and it is not yet over. Damn, that absolutely chunked me, and I would love to know who that was. Was it the Amalfi or was it the Jean Bart? I think the Jean Bart would have totaled me. And so at this position of the game, I'm thinking I haven't got much health left. I can't afford to take a shot. I'm currently not spotted, but I am pushing forwards. And so I decide that perhaps what I want to do is get in this island for cover, but also get close enough to this New Jersey to pull back some hit points with will to rebuild. And I'm kind of pinging them and saying, I need your help. Get back, get back. In other words, just slow down a little bit, because obviously will to rebuild would have been running well before now. But there we go. The JB has me spotted. The Amalfi is out there. Even the destroyer is having a go with his guns now. And yeah, that's a really bad shot, because I think he's going away from me. So I aim high, but we don't really get a lot on him. We get a tickle, but it's not a huge deal. So here comes the Jean Bart, and that battleship that was at the south end of Air Cap has pulled in along the edge. He should have shots on this guy. He could have sailed in, contested the cap, and that would have further helped us towards victory. And I'm really, really worried now that I'm not going to survive this battle, because there we go, look. The Jean Bart has got his eyes on me. I've only got one turret, and he's used a reload booster, I think, isn't it? And then the New Jersey takes the shot. The destroyer has torpedoes running, and I noticed just off the left hand corner of the screen there are torpedoes coming from the cruiser. We've slammed the brakes on. Those aren't going to reach us. The points are going to reach 1,000, and blue team are going to take a win. I'm going to pick up a fireproof and a dreadnought to go with the high caliber, and the Confederate with a whisker under 145,000 damage. And yeah, I'm going to tweak that build a little bit, but we get second for the team with 2556 base XP. Mainz gets himself a high caliber 2, so I'd like to think that I didn't do too bad a job of that in a high tier battleship slash battle cruiser. If you have enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, leave me a comment, tell me what your builds are for the Zieten and the Brandenburg for your secondaries. I don't have that Azure Lane commander, so don't include that. But stick around, click a link, and until next time, take care and goodbye.